The following presentation is intended for people with a sense of humor only.
From gut-wrenching Pueblo, Colorado, it's another thrilling episode of Kerry Fox Live.
But seriously, this thing with Ben Carson is serious, and seriously needs to be talked about. Seriously. We'll do an in-depth analysis of what happens when Republican maniacs run for office, and also Ben Carson.
Not a fan of the banks. They trample on the middle class. They control Washington. That's why you gotta break up the banks into little pieces and then flush the pieces down the toilet so you can never put the banks back together. Then you just make the bankers pay for college for everyone, and America's fixed. Hey!
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Nothing can convince a Berniac that their candidate is a surefire loser. Absolutely nothing can do that. And I hear supposed Democrats and supposed liberals say that we should all get along. Is that how it works? I've never seen it work that way with more than one candidate in the primary. In fact, neither have the unread minions who comprise the Bernie cults. Besides, read a book. There's not much you can say to these people except it's the primaries, so suck it. Welcome to Kerry Fox Live, a futile attempt to promote truth and common sense in a world gone mad. Mad, I say, just me and my drunken stupor, pontificating upon the hypocrisies of our times. A show for liberals, a liberal show. And you swallowed, so now you can feel the burp. Touch. Oh yes, feel it, touch. Touch it, yes, touch. The results of our fake online poll. We had a fake online poll. We had that up at one time online at kerryfoxlive.com. We did a poll on Hillary versus Bernie after the first debate, and it was overwhelmingly pro-Bernie. I tried to manipulate the poll back toward Hillary by voting an extra 2 times myself, but the Berniacs took us down 15-3. So you can't find that link on the site, kerryfoxlive.com, because we took that sucker down. It's not anywhere there at kerryfoxlive.com, KFL. If you tell at least 2 other people, please make sure you also kill them so we can keep this all a secret. It has to all be a secret. Now, I've seen Bernie compared to FDR. I've seen Bernie compared to Harry Truman. I've seen Bernie compared to JFK and Jesus Christ as the same person rolled into one.
I'll be all around in the dark. I'll be everywhere, wherever you can look. Wherever there's a fight so hungry people can eat, I'll be there. Wherever there's a cop beating up a guy, I'll be there. And when the people are eating the stuff they raise and living in the houses they build, I'll be there too.
Berniacs have compared Bernie to Moses. They've compared him to Lincoln. Patton? Have we done Patton? I don't think they've done General Patton yet, but there's still time for Bernie Sanders to be General Patton too. He can save the revolutionaries in the Ardennes forest. Not that the trapped revolutionaries needed General Patton's help in the first place. This non-Democrat who hasn't done all that much in 40-plus years. 40-plus years, Bernie suddenly is the most revered and accomplished Democrat in centuries, according to the Berniacs, and his unaccomplished face should be chiseled onto Mount Rushmore. With his mouth open and his finger in the wind, so say the Berniacs. What else? What else is there? What else? Okay, I've seen Bernie called a hero. He's been called a savior, a great leader. The man did not get a job until he was elected mayor at the age of 40, but I've seen Berniacs claim that his lack of a hairstyle means he is ready to get to work. He's ready to get to work. So now Bernie isn't just FDR, and Bernie is not just Jesus Christ. He's also Samson with the hair power thing going on. And where are people coming up with this stuff? Where are they coming up with this? How do they come up with this? Is it the same place they're getting the Bernie surge from? Is that what it is? You know, he's been surging now for months, and no points have come out of it. In any of the polls, no points have come out of it at all. Is that where it's coming from? God, I hope not, for the Berniac's sake. Berniacs, please wash your hands thoroughly after citing Bernie's work history in a positive sense, please. Okay, all right. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch.
My God, that's enough.
When Bernie Sanders passes gas, Berniacs turn the resulting windstorm into a hymnal. Well, but Bernie and Hillary, they have so much in common. Can't we all get along? Another comparison that I personally just can't stand, and nobody should be able to stand this. Nobody. And that's the comparison of Bernie Sanders to the President of the United States of America, Democrat Barack Obama. Berniacs haven't even noticed that the president doesn't mention Bernie's name. The president mentions Hillary's name. And the president mentions Joe Biden's name. The president will even mention Donald Trump's name. But President Barack Obama, the leader of the Democratic Party, does not mention Bernie Sanders by name. And the reason for that, it's quite simple. The president doesn't care to be criticized by someone who hasn't accomplished anything. In twice the time, the president has accomplished everything he has accomplished. But Berniacs have tried to spin this into the president's wholehearted support of Bernie Sanders. And that's not only annoying, that's nuts. That's nuts that Berniacs tried to do this. It reminds me of the hair thing. Okay, I'll admit it. I'll admit the hair thing, it bothers me. He's ready to go to work because of his messed up hair. That bothers me. Not the way Bernie keeps his hair, okay, but that anyone would believe that it means he's ready to go to work. You go in there with messed up hair and you may not get a second interview. And apparently this is biblical too, the hair thing. There's a whole story right here in the Bible. It's something they call Judges 16, New International Version. Sorry, Freudian slip there. A New International Version, NIV. This Samson and Delilah thing supposedly really happened, according to the old, I guess that's Old Testament. I don't know if this was this before or after the dinosaurs made it to the ark and were saved from the flood. I'm guessing the Samson stuff might be afterward. But I really don't know my way around this thing at all. I have no idea. So I don't know it all that well. This big book with the fantastic stories about Bernie Sanders. And it's right here in the book of Judges 16, the New International Version, NIV. Bernie Sanders repeatedly misled the prostitute Delilah. And he repeatedly misrepresented himself to Delilah and the Palestinians. I mean, the Philistines. This guy, Samson Sanders, he was an habitual liar. That's right, and he hung around with prostitutes. And I just think, you can't trust somebody like that. You know what I mean? You can't trust somebody like that, even if his hair follicles were the source of all of his strength. There's just no goddamned excuse for this sort of behavior. I'm sorry. And all of this lying, and all of this hanging around with prostitutes, and then this hair follicle thing happens. Here's a quote right here from Judges 16, New International Version, NIV. Quoteth, Bernie Sanders awoke from his sleep and thought, I'll go out as before and shake myself free. But he did not know that the Lord had left him unquoteth. So the women who did not care for the dirt floor left him, and then the Lord was so pissed off at Samson Sanders, probably because he would not get a job and kept stroking his hair, that God made sure Samson Sanders ended up hairless and alone. This isn't the sign of a good leader, much less material for the office of President of the United States of America. So the Democratic debate was so stacked. It was so completely stacked for the favorite, and of course the media, internet polls went to Bernie because Berniacs want to feel that Bernie won, so they planned it in advance. They want to feel better that Bernie won, whether he did or not, whether he won the debate or not. They want to feel like he did. And because here on the show, we believe in fair play. That's right. We believe in fair play here on KFL. Not that fair play for Cuba committee stuff like Bernie Sanders and Lee Harvey Oswald, but real fair play. That kind of fair play. The kind of fair play that was completely absent from the Democratic debate for the largely ignored former senator from Virginia, Jim Webb.
For Virginia!
Now, if you recall the debate, Jim Webb was constantly ripped off for time to speak in the debate. It was really atrocious, and as he continuously pointed out, to no avail during the debate, he did not get enough time, and that just isn't fair at all. It isn't democratic, and no longer is Jim Webb. But we here at KFL believe that Jim Webb deserves the right to speak. He deserves the right to speak to Democrats, even if he was never really a Democrat, and even if he isn't really pretending to be a Democrat any longer. Obviously, it was this grievous monopolizing of time by Bernie and by Hillary, and with help from CNN, that robbed Jim Webb of any time to speak at the Democratic debate. And it's obviously this same sorry and sad episode by CNN and the debate moderator, Anderson Cooper, that caused Jim Webb to drop out of the race as a Democrat and consider draining away less than 0.1% from the party by running as an independent. It's obvious this was nothing but a setup to minimize the chances that Jim Webb had in the first place, which were none. Now, to make up for this ugly episode by the Democratic Party against the former senator, we have asked former senator, former Democrat, former Republican Jim Webb to join us on the phone right now.
Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate this very much.
Well, Senator, I wonder if you can share with us how it felt to be completely ignored at the Democratic debate, and can you ever forgive us liberal Democrats for trying to cut you out of the discussion? Can you forgive us?
Well, I thought it was disgusting and thoroughly stacked in favor of front-runner Hillary Clinton.
Hello?
And CNN is on their payroll, as you know.
No, I'm really sorry about this, Senator, but could you repeat what you just said there? It wasn't clear at this end. It wasn't clear.
What?
It wasn't clear.
I can hear you just fine.
You see, I think we might have a bad connection here. I'm still having trouble understanding what you're saying. Hello?
Our connection is just fine. It's just fine. Hey, what the hell is this?
Can you hear me, Senator? I'm thinking this is just a connection problem. Can you adjust your mic and your earpiece? Are you speaking directly into the mic?
There's no connection problem.
Hello?
There's no connection problem.
We're working on it on this end, Senator. I do apologize.
Maybe you just can't understand English because you're a damn Democrat.
Hold on. I did hear that. What are your thoughts about the English? It's kind of difficult to hear what you're saying. I'd like to know.
This is disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Hello?
You're doing the same thing everybody else does. You Hillary supporters you just sicken me.
I'm sorry, Senator. You're still coming out garbled on this end here, and everything checks out. So we'll continue to track the problem. I promise we'll get it fixed. This technical problem, I promise we'll take care of it.
Hell, the connection is just fine.
No, nothing. I can't make any of that out. I'm sorry.
You're just a shill for Hillary Clinton.
Nope, see, we lost the connection. I promise we'll make this up to the senator. Just a bit of bad luck in the technology on this one, so I do apologize. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The NRA once supported background checks. We think it's reasonable to provide mandatory instant criminal background checks for every sale at every gun show. No loopholes anywhere for anyone.
America can do this. For us. Please.
Dessalene Victor had to stand in line for hours to vote. She is 102 years old. Across our nation, too many voters face similar barriers to the ballot, like 8-hour lines, mistakenly being turned away, false accusations of not being citizens. On Election Day, we are all equal, young or old, rich or poor, no matter what race. That's what makes America great. Join us. Fight for a fundamental right to vote in free, fair, and accessible elections.
When you see that you've got CEOs making 300 times what the average worker's making, the deck is stacked in favor of those at the top. I want it to be back where it was when I came of age, where my mom, who never got to go to college, could see her daughter go to law school. We need to have people believing that their work will be rewarded. So I'm going to do everything I can to try to get that deck reshuffled so being middle class means something again. I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
Some of us know, some of us don't know, some of us know, some of us don't know. Prophets move shots, spend it all for have-nots. Talking about money, we make it before we see it. You take it, Lord, you take it. Oh, make me wanna holler the way it
Now, Bernie has spent the whole summer and up to now lambasting both political parties, Republican and Democrat alike, equating both political parties, insulting Democrats, insulting the Democratic front-runner, insulting the President of the United States and the rest of the Democratic leadership. I'm certain, I'm positive, Bernie has endeared himself to everyone in the Democratic Party. His supporters are simply awful, and Facebook is wonderful. How many times have you used the friend selection system to the right of the page? Have you ever used that? And maybe it's appeared kind of depressing to you because there are so many Berniac profiles. And I found out a lot of those are fake profiles, by the way, just so you know that. But to the right of the profiles are X buttons. That's right. To the right of the profiles, fake or real, are X buttons. And I can't tell you how relaxing and how constructive it is to click on those X buttons when you see Berniacs. By clicking on those X buttons, you eliminate them from your friend selection process. And after only a couple of days, just a couple of days, you have to do some maintaining, but after a couple of days of doing this periodically, hardly any Berniacs are on the right side of my page anymore. And then, like I said, you have to click a few every now and then. You do have to do some maintenance, but it's not as much and overwhelming. I love modern technology. I love modern technology, and I've noticed that when I click those X buttons, more Hillary supporters are popping up as well. You have to love technology. You can just delete dumb people right out of your life because those dumb people could get us all killed, I'm telling you. Tell all of your liberal leftist friends about the brilliance that can be found at kerryfoxlive.com. That's kerryfoxlive.com. The entire archive is at our website, kerryfoxlive.com. And you can catch this act on YouTube whenever we can get them up there. Watch the show face-to-face with us. We're on Facebook as well, and there isn't any excuse for you not having liked the page on Facebook already. I just want you to know about that. There's no excuse. So like the damn thing right now, this minute, on Facebook. Thank you in advance. And follow the show on Twitter and get hardcore political news and notifications for the show at Kerry Fox Live. That's on Twitter. And once again, thank you for listening to me spew as I do. Until next time, this is Kerry Fox saying,
come on, you bastard! Take a shot at me right in the nose!
I'm the only candidate up here who's not a billionaire. I don't have a super PAC. I don't even have a backpack. I carry my stuff around loose in my arms like a professor, between classes. I own one pair of underwear. That's it. Some of these billionaires, they got 3, 4 pairs. And I don't have a dryer. I have to put my clothes on the radiator. So who do you want as president? One of these Washington insiders? Or a guy who has one pair of clean underwear that he dries on a radiator?
I can't get no, none of it Bernie traction. Hey, I'm talking over here, and I can't get no Bernie action. I'm surging here, cause I'm trying. Oh yes, I try, and I try here, and I try here, and I can't get no. They won't let me talk more. I can't get no. When I'm hollering on and they try to say to me how white my rural ass can be, but I live in the sticks and I love all the guns. Urban people, can't you see? I can't get no. Not one damn bit here at all, no. Hey, that's what I say. I say it over and over again. Oy vey. I can't get no Bernie traction. I got all of these white crowds here. I can't get non-white reaction. What's the matter with you urban people? Don't you understand? I'm trying, 'cause I try, and I try. I'm trying here, and I can't get no Bernie traction. It's making me talk more. Shut up, I can't get no Bernie action when I'm hollering at the crowd. And I'm hollering this, and I'm hollering that, and I'm trying to get real loud. Who says a Marxist revolution is what makes me a freak? Is that the reason I'm on a losing streak here? I can't get no. Hey, I'm talking here. No. Hey. That's what I say. I say it to this crowd. I say it to that crowd. I can't get no. I can't get no